Good evening, every pony. I am EmeraldComet, and welcome to something new that I am doing on this channel, which is not a fanfiction review. This is just something that I'm going to be doing with a few friends of mine, where we just sit down, we talk about some episodes of Season 5 that we just saw, and we just kind of ramble on about them, shoot the shit, and just sort of just give our general thoughts on them. I am joined here today on this panel by my two wonderful friends, Luna Corva, the shadowy puppet master who secretly controls this channel, who you also may know as the voice of Nightmare Shadow. Introduce yourself, my dear boy.
Oh, I am introducing myself. Didn't you hear the sinister laughter from just a few seconds ago?
Yes.
And trust me, children, if all goes according to plan, you'll be hearing a lot more from me very soon. That's your turn.
That's our Luna. And I am also joined by the clueless detective, who has done nothing as of yet on my channel, but he's a cool guy, so I invited him in too. Here twos. I'm stuttering way too much.
However, he does have the accolade of being one of the people to help Josh Scorcher with his fanfic. Obvious plug, obvious plug, obvious plug, obvious plug. Is it obvious enough? Is it obvious enough?
No, actually, I'm going to go onto the video once I edit this all in post and just put giant flashing banners on the screen to go and check that out. Detective, introduce yourself.
Spoilers.
Friends is putting it a bit too strong.
That is indeed correct.
Well, you're not trying to... You haven't been able to kill me. You're about as close to a friend as I can hope for.
And with all of those wonderful introductions out of the way, we are here today to discuss the premiere of Season 5, the Cutie Maps. So, I'm just going to go around with everybody here. I'm just going to give our general thoughts on it. Mr. Corva, would you like to start us off, please?
But of course, my general thoughts... Basically, it wasn't as strong of a start as the other seasons, but if they think... Sorry, it wasn't as strong as a start compared to other openers, like, for example, the one just as previous. However, if they're going the direction I think they're going, then that's a well-worthy sacrifice and actually probably a good thing.
Very well, then.
More detailed thoughts on it.
Yeah. Alrighty, then. Mr. Detective, your thoughts?
Okay, so for this, I actually really liked it. There's a lot of things that it did really right, and I can't think of any major complaints except for one thing, and that's like extremely minor, but other than that, it was really good. A lot, like, it may not be epic, but for the very least, it was good. It does get me excited.
Yeah. I'd be very inclined to agree with both of you. It's, I wouldn't go as far as to say that this is my favorite season opener. I kind of think that I like maybe Princess Twilight Sparkle or The Crystal Empire more than this, but it's certainly definitely a very, very strong start to Season 5, and it's just an all-around pretty good episode. And yeah, again, there is only one thing that I don't really like about it, but we'll get into that when we get to that.
Yeah.
I really hope we're thinking the same thing here, because I think we're all thinking the same thing. At least I hope so.
Yeah. Shall we just get the negative thing out of the way first, then? If we're all thinking the exact same thing.
Let's get the small negatives out the way.
Are you thinking about the song?
The impression is positive.
Yeah.
Song.
Yeah. If we're just gonna get the negative out of the way, easily yes, I think the song is probably the weakest part of this episode.
Oh, easily. And like I said, with the song, I get that was intentional. It was the song being bland, boring, hollow, sounding like something out of one of those, primary school plays where the children are told to sing this song and act as if they're really being patriotic when they're singing the national anthem, but they don't know why it's so important. It's exactly like that. But as I also said, if being intentionally bad didn't save the Cutie Mark Crusader song from getting nailed to the wall, it's not going to save this song.
We don't bring up that episode in my presence.
I'll bring up whatever I damn well please, Emerald.
How dare you, shadowy puppet master.
Showstoppers, though.
Yeah, actually, funny story about that, because I was only talking to you, Luna Corva, the other day about this. Actually, it was now yesterday. Because I actually forgot that there was a song in the episode until you brought it up again. Like, that's...
Really?
Yeah, I actually did.
You?
Yeah, it was that bad.
I thought it was... Same thing with this song. It's just... it's...
Well, that's the
what
thing.
makes me sad, because, like...
Yeah.
The opener, whenever there's a song in the opener, it's usually relatively good to an extent. Keyword to an extent, because Crystal Empire's... like, they're always good to an extent, but this one was... so
boring,
so dull.
Yeah, soulless.
Yeah, I know. It was supposed to be dull, but if a song's supposed to be intentionally dull, don't make us sit through the whole entirety of it. Or B, just don't have a song at all. You could have gone that same exposition without the song. I will say, even if the song was crap, on a second rewatch, I realized that a lot of the visuals and also some of the lines in the song for example, you can't have a nightmare if you never dream.
Yeah.
Were actually pretty good and damn creepy.
Yeah, it's a really creepy line. That's actually kind of something that I want to get into.
There's some good lines in the song, but the song itself is
dull and soulless. Soulless is a word I would use.
It's a ginger, essentially. It's the ginger song.
Hey, I like ginger. And now to segue into what I think is the biggest positive about this episode, this whole episode in general was damn creepy.
Yes, I will say this. This episode managed to achieve something that only the dream sequence in For Whom the Sweetie Belle Toils, where, like, Rarity's, like, cradling back and forward in her shop with, like, spiders all over the place, managed to do. It managed to scare the piss out of me. Like, this is, like, one of the... Like, this is easily, like, I think
the... Were you at least near a toilet?
What?
Were you at least near a toilet when that happened?
Yes.
Okay, good. Because, you know, that'd be really gross. It's like all over the floor, you know? It scared it out of you, you know? Because
You're not allowed to talk anymore.
Crap! You said his name. I'm gonna have to bleep that out in post.
I said your name too.
For God's sake, I'm gonna have to go through this bloody thing with a fine comb afterwards and just, like, go through all the positives.
So what if someone knows your name is my name? I mean, let's just imagine for a second, right, that there is some crazy serial killer who decides he wants to go stab us. Now, first let's assume that he's able to work out that you live in America and I live in Australia. What's he gonna do? Knock onto every door and go, "Hi, is she there? Oh, sorry, nope, bye. Is she there? Nope, sorry, bye. Is she there? Nope, sorry, bye." Several hundred years later,
he's a corpse.
I finally found you.
You see what I have to put up with on a daily basis, ladies and gentlemen.
Also, I can never die. I haven't made enough people miserable yet.
We wish, but he'll never die. He is immortal. He'll always torture us in our sleeps, for he is the puppet master.
The shadowy puppet master.
Torture in your sleep. I'm perfectly happy to do that while you're wide awake.
What were we talking about before this started?
Creepiness.
How
so
creepy it was.
A good segue.
Yeah, creepiness is a very good segue.
About, like the song, how like you're talking about how it scared the piss out of you.
Yes, because this episode is, I think, very legitimately creepy.
I think a lot of what really works for it is how understated it is. I'm trying to think of why exactly that makes it so creepy, and I think it comes down to it's playing off what the classic human fears of being ostracized from the crowd.
Yeah.
See, one of the reasons that makes it so eerie is because everyone's being so nice. It means that with you putting yourselves into the shoes of the main six, you can think like, what should they do? Should they be direct? But maybe this town really is as nice as they say. So by being direct or aggressive, they're going to end up being the bad guys.
Yeah.
Or just playing to the hands. But if they just keep going along with this, then they might be playing to the hound's hands anyway. It's like, what's the right move here?
Yeah.
They've immediately been thrown completely off balance because the thing that they're so used to using and the thing we ourselves are so used to using, social niceties, are being used against them, and so they're completely wrong-footed. We know what to do when someone's being rude. That's the excuse to go, let's just be rude right back. But when someone who doesn't like you is being nice to you or polite to you, and you're not sure if they do like you or not, that's when you're not sure how to proceed.
I will say, though, before they actually started talking and they started getting into, like, more of, like, the creepy dialogue stuff, the thing that more really freaked me out was just the smiles in general. And I really don't know why. It was just, like, it was really unnerving to just sit there and just going, like, this is really making me uncomfortable.
Voices too, like, their voices weren't really anything, like, they're not like the amazing things like you hear in all the other voices. They're like, hi there.
Hello. Welcome. Yeah, it was really creepy, yeah. It really nails, I think, on the atmosphere. Certainly,
yeah. This episode had great atmosphere.
Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons why I said it might have been as bombastic or as epic as Prince Twilight Sparkle or any previous opening. That's why I liked it, especially since it gives the hints. Also, should we go with spoilers here or not?
Oh, come on, like, I'm just going off the assumption that everybody who watches this review has already seen it, so yeah, you may as well.
Alright then, especially with the fact that Starlight Glimmer is the first villain who's actually actively just gotten away. She hasn't been reformed, she hasn't been captured, hasn't been
killed,
turned to stone, any of that stuff. She's just escaped, which means it suggests the idea that she's going to return. And so the idea of instead of blowing all their load in one big bombastic boom fest right at the start, they introduce something soft and creepy and give that a platform to build onto something even bigger or possibly even creepier further down the line. That's how an opening should be. It should be a setup for something larger. That's something I've always thought was weird about My Little Pony, is they seem to have this writing backwards in a way. It's like the first 2 episodes would be the big epic climax, and then the rest would just be the fillers. Like, it's supposed to be the other way round.
Mm-hmm.
You have the slice of life stuff build up to the big epic climax. That's writing 101, rising action.
Mm. You know, if that is the direction that they're going with, and she does come back for like a huge bombastic fight in the season finale, it's gonna be one hell of a season finale. I'm looking forward.
Maybe she'll just show up like throughout this series before the finale, because they'll be really dumb if they like say like, "Oh, this person disappeared," and then she shows up at the end. It's
Yeah,
kind of...
yeah, like if they do maybe a Gideon from Gravity Falls, like, you know, they always they acknowledge her presence, but they don't use her for anything as much.
Just make like solo references where maybe have one episode end with a pony uncontrollably smiling or something. Be like, "Oh, hey, look, she's still there." And
equality for all across Equestria.
I actually think there'll be a few episodes of Oh, just one second. I'm just plugging my headset back in.
Daniel Corva!
You and your headset.
I've got a wireless headset.
Continue,
sir.
Not wired headset. Burn.
Yes.
Came up with that myself.
Yes. And what I was going to say is I honestly think there'll actually be some episodes of her actively taking action. Like, it won't just be her disappearing entirely and then just suddenly pops up in the finale. And I think she'll be doing more than just a few token appearances. Like, she'll probably actually be making some plans putting into action. The idea, what I'm actually kind of imagining is her going the... Actually, I'm not sure of a good example. I would say the Checker Monarch route, but... neither of you read that fanfic yet, so it doesn't mean much to you. It probably won't mean much to our audience. But essentially...
Real quick, before just real quick, if I can just do that for frame of reference, Checker Monarch is a villain in the fanfiction Getting Back on Your Hooves. I may link to that in the description if I don't forget about it, but yes, it is a good story. I've read a few chapters of it. It is quite good. You should all go read it. Continue.
Yeah, but what I'm sort of imagining with... Starlight Glimmer is the sort of idea that she'll make more and more plans, and as each one fails, she comes up with a new one that gets significantly dangerous because as she keeps getting thwarted, she starts getting crazier and crazier until by the finale, instead of being, "You will all accept equality," because this is the message up, it's like, "Nope, fuck this, everyone dies!"
That would be, yeah.
So essentially... What we're saying is that hopefully this villain is going to go full-blown Kefka at the end of the season.
That would be cool, in fairness, yeah.
Except without the apocalypse happening. Hopefully.
Friendship.
But essentially,
love. Where do they come from, and where do they go?
I'm imagining a slow, steady, villainous breakdown. We kind of got that in this episode, but imagine it spread out and on a grander scale. It's like we've seen that when things don't go her way, she turns aggressive. So I think as things part of it keeps going less and less her way, it's more and more aggressive, like, "Okay then, you didn't want to accept what I had to offer? Fine then, I'll just shove it down your throat!"
Well, she's got a whole other 22 episodes.
Is a feminist.
Mm-hmm. That joke has been made already.
Shots fired.
Somebody call an ambulance, heard somebody got seriously burned. Oh! No, anyways, what I really liked about her is... I think that there is something that's very legitimately creepy about a villain who looks very innocent. Because I was saying this, I think, yesterday, that she kind of reminds me a little bit in a way. She kind of reminds me a little bit in a way of Jim Moriarty from Sherlock. Like you could look at her and you could look at Moriarty and kind of say, oh, you know, he doesn't look, you know, like a villain, and then underneath all that, she's like a goddamn criminal mastermind. I think that's just something that's you know really legitimately creepy about that. Yeah, I think I really think that's that makes her an effective villain.
I think that was actually... See, a lot of this stuff is the direction... A lot of these things that they've done with her is things I've been hoping they would do for a while now.
Yeah.
Like, for example, they went the direction of having a villain that's just a normal pony, not some super world-conquering monster, but still as big of a threat as, say,
she's probably...
as Discord or T-Rex or Sombra.
Yeah, probably,
I mean,
possibly even more.
Yeah, I mean, I will say she might not be as powerful as they are, but she's definitely effective.
Yeah.
Like Twilight, I was originally going to criticize him, like, oh come on, Twilight, you're going to pretend that you're scared, even the fact that you can easily fight back, being an alicorn. Twilight teleports, getting ready to fight. Oh, you are fighting back. That's and then she just snatches the cutie mark. Bravo, you new villain. Bravo.
Yes. Use that evil magic.
She immediately knows that Fluttershy might be faking it.
Yeah.
So she puts Fluttershy in a position where she'd either have to, alright, so who was it that was helping you? Just to, prove that you're actually on our side.
Yeah.
I'm thinking,
that their unintentional
Starlight,
Bioshock reference, though.
Yeah.
I love that unintentional reference so much.
I
I
just
squealed when I heard, like, do you know the thing in Bioshock, the "Would you kindly"?
Oh yeah.
oh yes.
Would you kindly point out who
This
it
is
was?
what she says. Would you kindly point out who was helping?
Yeah, I think that it was actually Camgo's pony who compared Starlight Glimmer. I almost forgot her bloody name there for a second. He compared her a little bit to Andrew Ryan in her own way.
You realize she's like the exact opposite of Andrew Ryan.
I mean, in like terms of just being a normal person with a dangerous idea was more the way that he put it.
Yeah. Speaking of which, in terms of comparison, a lot of people have gone with the Amon comparison. I can definitely see that.
I have not seen Korra, so I'm not going to get a word of this.
Yeah. Well, the simple idea of a character who is, has an agenda of equality, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So, and from Pokemon?
Yeah,
yeah. To me,
that's another good one.
I said this to Close Detective. What she reminds me more is the party in George Orwell's 1984.
Yeah.
Which for those who haven't read 1984 is basically, it refers to a city in the year 1984. Bear in mind, the book was written back in the 1920s, so 1984 is our equivalent of, say, 2050.
Future.
And it basically depicted a city that was controlled by an absolutely horribly oppressive dictatorship. What the dictatorship had done is it effectively used propaganda and subliminal messaging to brainwash everyone into thinking that they were living in a perfect utopia.
Yeah.
And that's that's the vibe I sort of got here. A place that's actually a horrible place to live in, but everyone thinks is a beautiful utopia.
Yeah, because even with
it's called Crapsaturin world.
Yeah, because even with the brainwashing, when they were locked in that room and just there was that megaphone that was just spouting all that stuff to them.
And again, going for the creepiness factor.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what they used in real life. It wasn't just magical brainwashing. It was effectively a form of torture. And one of the things that really hit me hard about that was when that one pony's locked in there with him when he's let down and he's at Starlight, who's begging her for forgiveness, despite the fact that she's in the wrong, which is something that abuse victims do. Like, Jesus Christ, Starlight, what did you do to these ponies?
Yeah, and he looked insane when he got out of there, when he was like, but I didn't listen, and his eyes just go off in the corner. It was like, fuck.
Yeah. It's like, okay, you are seriously... again, they showed the effects pretty well for a kid show.
Yeah. My Little Pony, your villain for this episode is a cult.
Definitely. And like I said, I do like the little bits of anger she had when she was revealed to show that she's still a threat. That like when Twilight tries to give her speech about friendship, and she's the first one who just says, "Shut up!"
Yeah, and just the look. Oh jeez, I'm gonna have to. That's gonna take some serious editing. Yeah, you're all right. But
I threw my head actually. Sorry, I swayed my head around so fast to imitate that I threw my headset across the room.
Can we get a take 2 on that, please?
Okay. Yes.
It was great.
No, let's leave that in. That'll get the laugh of most of them.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We'll do that. But yeah, just I love the look on Twilight's face when she's just backing away from her there. That's one of my new favorite show faces. Oh.
Okay then.
Also, can I just point out something that I just kind of wanted to say?
Yes.
Why is it that every pony in this universe whose special talent is magic always has a double barrel name? Like Twilight Sparkle, Sunset Shimmer, and now we got Starlight Glimmer. Has anybody else noticed that?
Because every one of them is... No, I was going to say... Well, Garrett's close. It's quite simple. they're all supposed to be evil versions of Twilight. So to hammer that thought in, they're all variations of Twilight Sparkle, or opposites of Twilight Sparkle.
Yeah, Sunset Glimmer.
No,
Yeah,
Sunset
Starlight.
Shimmer. Or
Starlight.
I don't care about her.
There's too many of these damn people. Wait. Which one do you not care about?
Sunset.
Don't let past analysis hear you saying that.
Oh no.
Yeah, Sunset's a good. Sunset's like Loki from the Marvel Cinematic Universe. They're both great characters, but craptacular villains.
Okay, wait. Can I just say, you just saying that has now just put this image in my head of like Rainbow Dash just picking up Sunset Shimmer by her leg and just throwing her around the room.
I thought it'd be better if it was Flutterhulk.
I was gonna
Power
say,
ponies. It'll
yeah.
make a lot more sense.
I'm
Puny
clueless
unicorn.
on that one.
That would have been great.
Yeah.
An
What?
army of teenagers. We have a Fluttershy.
I have an army. We have a Flutterhawk. Flutterhawk smash! Have fun playing with that,
mind.
Philly. I'm gonna be over here, living in a giant palace made of crystals, because it makes me happy. Alrighty,
Yeah.
what
There's
else?
one thing I brought up to Luna yesterday,
Uh-huh.
and I was like, with her cutie mark, she likes Twilight, where she's like specialized in all kinds of magic or whatever, or did she get her cutie mark for stealing people's cutie marks, or did she just
And
like
I'm
read it
saying-
from like an evil book? Did she
And
just
I'm
find
saying
a
the
book
fact-
that says, "Here's how to rip out somebody's cutie mark"?
A cutie
Okay.
mark, okay, a special talent where your talent is to steal other people's special talents. That'd be pretty, that'd be an
Sounds like
interesting
most
cutie
Americans.
mark. What kind of Christopher Nolan Inception level shit is this? I'm going deeper, boys.
And as I said to Curtis, I'm actually glad that wasn't answered in the episode. I'm glad that they left some mysteries open. Not only does that add to the creepiness, because after all, what is mankind's greatest fear? The fear of the unknown. But it also leaves room for exploration later down the line.
Thought it was jury duty
Jury duty. Oh man,
and
that's
taxes.
I would. Did you throw your headset again?
No,
What?
that wasn't me.
Darn it. Never
Oh,
mind.
it's with my headset right now. Just messing with the high and low setting of my mic.
You people with your bloody headsets.
Would you like me to do a
So you think
handstand?
Mr. Size
No,
Reason-
darling, I would not like for you to do a handstand.
Okay, honey.
There's your ship-thick material, folks.
I mean, I could probably do that if I can turn on
You
my camera.
realise it's probably
Yes,
going
you
to
do.
be a tentacle porn, considering what people are going to see me as. Oh god,
Don't-
I gave them ideas.
Don't put thoughts in my audience's head, damn it.
Luna Corva is a Lovecraftian entity. I'm looking at this.
I love you people. Okay, so moving swiftly along from that, what did you guys think about the moral?
There was a
What's the
moral.
moral?
Pro-individualism.
Oh,
Well, that's what I kind of got out of it.
I mean, I didn't
Again,
really- it's good.
there was
I mean,
the moral was pretty. The moral was pretty obvious, though. I remember actually having an idea of an idea of a storyline similar to this a while back, though it was going to be going more the Eldritch Abomination route.
Uh-huh.
But the moral was going to be the same: the idea that no one's perfect, but together their individual talents can sort of make a greater whole.
Yeah.
But that's also another thing that this episode did well that's been lacking, is that previously every villain has been a force of chaos, so I thought always thought it'd be a good challenge for them to take on an enemy that's pretty much a corrupted form of harmony. That's exactly what they did, so again...
I created harmony. No, you didn't. You stole beauty marks. Oh.
What was that voice?
I have no idea.
Somebody please
I didn't get
make
much
that
sleep last night.
Somebody please make that into something.
Oh, it already did. It's a pedophile from Family Guy.
Alright, that's it. I'm censoring that out.
Just have the gigantic bleep whenever he says what it is.
Yeah, exactly.
People can be like, what is it?
No,
What is it obvious of? What is
I'll I'll put in some like really stupid sound effect or something like a vuvuzela or something.
Or you can just like with the pedophile when he says the person, you can just be like, oh, it's obvious, it's Batman.
Like a really drawn-out Batman sound or something. Okay, anyways.
Someone else. Use that.
Someone else. Alrighty then. I could do with that. What else? Did anybody notice anything else that they liked about it?
Well, I noticed one thing that I really liked about the episode. I don't know if any of you guys felt the same,
Uh-huh.
but throughout the entirety of season 4, Pinkie Pie was pissing me off because I felt like they didn't make her like an actual character or
Absolutely, absolutely.
funny.
I hated
episode,
Pinkie Pie
but
in
in
season
this season 5 premiere, or whatever, she's actually really funny, and I laughed a bunch of times.
4. Yeah, I totally agree.
I laughed a good amount. Like,
Also, I remember thinking the episode's like, wait, they're using Pinkie Pie for stealth. Actually, considering her ability to fit into every nook and cranny and break the laws of physics, she's actually probably the best out of all of them at stealth.
Actually, do you guys remember that joke in what's it? Because in what's it? In Salt Snake, I'm in. Cool. My eager after impression is terrible.
Twilight, this is Pinkie Pie. He's got patch to the rocks. Over. Rats. My stomach.
No, I was gonna say, do you guys remember the joke in Crystal Empire where it was like she goes dressed up as Fluttershy and then she like unzips the costume and then Fluttershy walks over the Fluttershy costume? She's like, Jesus!
Yes, I remember.
And then she was also dressed up like Sam Fisher because why not?
Oh yeah. So yeah, she is practically the best one for stealth.
I remember it now. Thank you so much.
You what?
I had that memory repressed, but I remember it now. Thank you ever so much.
You're welcome.
I hate you.
I'm so real angry she wasn't like dressed up like Sam Fisher or Solid Snake for that small little scene. I don't care if that wouldn't have made sense and it would have made it stupid. I would be happy with that.
You have your Pinkie Pie dressing up as Solid Snake episode. It's called It's About Time.
That's Twilight's dressing like Solid Snake though.
She's still oh, never mind.
It's Big Boss anyway. It's not Solid Snake. Solid Snake didn't get an eye patch until 4. He looks more like Big Boss from Peace Walker.
You sound like Christopher Walken.
Christopher Walken, Solid Snake.
It's not. What Christopher Walken sounds like. That was Solid Snake. Or David Hayter. Whatever you want to look at it as. This, right here. What you're hearing. This is Christopher Walken. And also, I can't, never mind, I was going to do Nicolas Cage. But
You're going to destroy your voice box at this stage. You can't handle the cage.
Ruining my voice. I think I remember hearing that David Hayter had to get freaking, like, throat surgery after the first or second one. So yeah, that's probably gonna happen soon.
Yeah, probably.
But I'm okay with that because I love doing that in Snake's voice so much. But yeah, she was actually funny, and I laughed a good amount of times.
Yeah,
that in general, this episode was really freaking. Like in general, this episode was really freaking funny.
Yeah, I agree with that one because like Pinkie Pie was kind of annoying me a little bit in season 4 too. I'll share an unpopular opinion. Most people's least favorite pony is Fluttershy. Mine is Pinkie Pie. I just don't really like. Yeah.
How dare you have a different opinion of people?
I know. I'll probably be crucified in the morning, gents.
Oh, we won't be that nice. Crucified lets you die eventually.
Whereas you will probably lock me in some kind of quantum thing where I'll have to live out some kind of like Greek tragedy thing where my intestines are eaten by an eagle every single day, only for them to be painfully grown back in the night and then eaten the very next day. I did all that in one breath. I'm never doing that again.
Should do it more often.
That's a good idea.
I should choke and just
maybe not breathe. Ever.
Oh, fine. You two do the review without me.
No, Emerald. I'll compliment you. That's actually a good idea. I might use that. Start with.
Just remember that when he's dying slowly, I gave you the idea.
Like I said, I'd use that to start you with.
Oh, man.
Still just like...
No. What I'd do it is I'd use that form of torture on one of your loved ones to harm you with the internal guilt that they're done with something that was your idea.
I'm trying to think what that's similar to. I want to say Digimon Tamers, but probably not. No, I'm screwing up on that one.
No, it's just me being sadistic.
Classic you. That's typical you.
So with the episode, do you guys have like a favorite joke? Because my favorite joke was when they were at the diner or whatever it was, the cafe thing. She was like, "We have muffins." And there's like a 2-minute.
Oh yeah.
I laughed so hard when I saw that.
When that came up, I was just like, we have muffins and muffins and muffins. Yeah. But that
I for like a minute. It's like, oh.
Yeah, I agree with on that one. That was great. I love that. And just like the look on her, the look on her face, just like added so much to it. Just like we have muffins, smile. That was great.
Are you going to let me get a word in edgewise or not?
No.
You've certainly had enough words, but go on.
Yeah, I'm not gonna argue with that.
Continue.
Yeah. Personal favorite joke was the one with the train. It's like gets to something, just goes immediately, just starts going in full reverse.
Oh yeah. See you, ladies. I'm getting the fuck out of here.
I just found that hilarious.
Yeah, that was funny.
I don't think I noticed that.
Oh, actually, speaking of just things that we noticed, did either of you notice when they were stuck inside the house or whatever, that the windows were aligned in such a way that when the sun went through them, it formed an equal sign on the ground?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
No, I didn't, but that's a good catch.
Yeah, that was cool, I
There's a
thought.
lot of, like, equal sign little things, because, like, whenever they're lined up, it makes an equal sign.
Oh, yeah.
Like when straight up, whenever all the people are lined up, it's an equal sign no matter what.
Yeah, the village is lined up even like it's an equal sign.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, hey, look, that's totally not, like, obvious symbolism or anything, but okay.
And actually, just like bringing all this up, it's kind of just like maybe just kind of made me think of something else. Did either of you notice that the entire village that they went to was so lacking in color? Like it was just very gray around the entire place.
Faded, yes.
Yeah, like yeah.
And any little color was like,
So
eh. Like the drapes.
Yeah.
Oh crap! I just realized something.
What?
And also the colors started to return back when they got the Cutie Map back. Now think about this. Who was the last villain to cause a dulling in color by using
Discord.
Yeah, basically she was partially managing to Discord the bronies.
Yeah, basically. Except instead of just like making them really like the opposite of what they were, it was just sort of like, just being conformists or conforming to what their ideas were.
But still taking away an essence of their soul.
Yeah. I don't know, the color thing is actually just something that I only just realized now, to be honest.
I didn't notice like the colors coming back at all. I just kind of noticed that there wasn't much color.
Well, like they all certainly got like all the ponies that were living in the village certainly got more colorful once they got their cutie marks back. Because I think I guess
there's that for the episodes. There's also a lot of like rewatchability in it.
Yeah,
you catch all the things.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like I'd watch it again. Certainly, it was great.
There's episodes where like you watch it once, but then you catch everything because it's just right there.
Yeah.
Or you miss one thing, but it's like it's not that great.
Yeah.
And you don't want to watch the episode again either, probably because the episode is like mediocre or something. But then in this one, it's like this episode's good enough that you'll probably watch it again, and then you'll notice all these little things.
Yeah, repeated watches can can certainly change your thoughts on things. Some of the times. Sometimes you hate something once, and then you watch it again, and it's like I hate it even more.
That is a lot of season 3 for me.
That's what?
That is a lot of season 3 for me.
Oh!
Straight up.
We'll get into that later. Alrighty then.
Sorry, I zoned out completely. What was going on?
I had one job.
I said something along the lines of, you could watch something once and hate it, but then you could watch it again, and you could say, I hate it even more, and then the detective then said, that's basically most of season 3 for me.
That's Rainbow Falls for me.
We will get into that later, hopefully.
It's like everything we say, when we say mention something that's not this episode, you're going to say we'll get back to that later or something.
Absolutely, that's what I do with everything else.
Something you're going to say, we'll get back to that later.
No! Damn you! I don't think of these things sometimes. I don't engage my brain to think sometimes. Mr. Corva, you know this.
Sometimes.
I don't... Okay, fine, yes. I don't engage my brain at all.
Good boy.
How I have even been able to have the courage to edit together several videos is quite beyond me.
Maybe you're borrowing it from somebody.
Borrowing or stealing?
You do realize that you don't need a brain for courage. In fact, your brain kind of gets in the way of courage because it tells you to do the sensible thing, not the brave thing.
Like
yeah, just look at what's it? Scarecrow. There we go.
Yeah. There is no crane. There is no crane. Only Scarecrow. Or like that thing where just like you're looking over the... It was a Robin Williams joke. It was like, you're looking over the edge of a really tall building, and then there's that little voice in your head that goes, jump! You can fly! And then your asshole goes, no, you can't! Alrighty then. Anybody want to say anything else? Anybody notice anything else?
At the moment, nothing comes to my personal mind.
I can't think of anything right now.
Alrighty then, so I guess we'll close this off with just general thoughts. I mean, I really enjoyed it. I would certainly watch it again. I think it's a very, very strong start to season 5, and I'm excited to see where they go with it.
And same here. I like the fact that it's a change. They're doing something different. They seem to be experimenting with new ideas, and I'm in full support of them doing that, of them trying to change the status quo, trying to try new things.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I'm with all these bumps and saying that it's definitely an amazing start, and I'm really looking forward to it. But I swear to God, Hasbro, if you decide to pull a Castlemania again, I will find you, and I will kill you.
I think that at some stage, if you have the same opinions on that episode that I do, we're gonna have fun talking about that one.
What, that it's boring as fuck?
We'll get to that when we get to that. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching us ramble for about half an hour. I am EmeraldComet.
Sorry.
I am EmeraldComet.
Emerald, this is the internet that's going to be posted on. There's no such thing as a lady or a gentleman on the internet.
Okay, fine. Singular.
Well, except for Josh, but he's pretty much fire Jesus, so he's kind of exception.
So what do you want me to call them all?
Then.
So what do you want me to call them all?
Life today.
What do you want me to call? I sense no objections to that, so I'm going to go ahead and cut it. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all very much for listening to us ramble for about half an hour. I am EmeraldComet.
I'm so sorry.
He's the Clueless Detective.
Yeah, that is true. I am indeed a Clueless Detective. And I'm sorry that did listen to me.
And he's Luna Corva.
Yeah, let's close it out from that.
And we thank you all very much for watching, and we will see you all in the future at some stage, hopefully. Good night.